Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gateway to Union Essentials. I am Phoenix Rising. I am a precognitive psychic and crystal reader and healer. Today is actually my first installment ever. I've been working to help people through inner child healing as well as chakra body and pain body healing as well. My journey is one of tumultuous ascension, and through that, there are certain techniques and essential pieces of information that I've learned along my journey that I am now being called to share with you all. So, my intention today is to have you intuitively pick one of the crystals that you're seeing. And based on the crystal that you are most drawn to, I'll be intuitively reading your energy and hopefully guiding you towards healing and ascension. I am a twin flame. I've been on the journey for more than a decade, and we will also be discussing, just the journey in general and ways that we can just help each other collectively. So forgive me for stumbling through my words, but I'm sure that the more I do this, the more I will become accustomed to speaking to people this way, which is really interesting because you guys can't see me, obviously. So we're just going to have fun with it, and we'll see where it goes from there. If you are interested in a personal crystal healing reading, please feel free to look at the information in the description box. You may contact me via my Instant Go to book a session or a reading. So the first crystal, of course, is clear quartz, or also known as pure quartz. And this is a very durable stone. And the reason that I like to give a background on the type of modalities that we're using today is because as you're drawn to one, it's important to understand why you're drawn to it. So for crystal quartz, not crystal quartz, clear quartz, or pure quartz, so it's a very durable stone. It is interesting, I found that it's actually used in a lot of our technology, and it's one of the most versatile elements that we can find in terms of the crystal family. It is used to bring about clarity of the mind, releasing all negativity from the mind, enhancing spiritual receptivity. It is known as also the master of all healing crystals. Really interesting. It also is used to amplify healing vibrations. As far as the composition of this stone, so it's comprised of silicon dioxide, which is something that our human vessels are also made of, which is really interesting because there are similarities as far as the cellular composition in this crystal in our own bodies, which is why it basically accounts for, all of the interaction between the actual crystal and our human avatar, our body. So this is a very powerful stone. In the center, we have rose quartz, one of my very favorite stones. And it's also known as the love crystal, obviously. But interesting enough, when we talk about a love crystal or a stone that attracts love, we often forget about love in other forms, apart from the romantic side, right? So unconditional love and compassion is what is also brought in with this stone. Love of self, love of humanity, and love of others at a very unconditional wavelength. So in terms of this element and what it's made of, there are titanium, iron, and manganese. Hope I'm pronouncing that right, but there's also some stones that, as far as rose quartz, that contain microscopic rutile needles, which is really interesting. So they get their color in a specific way. And this is a stone that you don't want to leave out in the sunlight. It will change color, it will dull over time, but it is a very powerful stone nonetheless. And it is one that, again, draws in compassion and just the overall vibration of love, compassion, and unconditional love and healing. And last, we have the Amethyst, which is known to heal the crown chakra. Its elements are iron, aluminum deposits, and a natural irradiation. Amethyst is super powerful, very beautiful in the way that it naturally grows from the earth. It is known to bring about sobriety of mind, sobriety overall, wealth, protection. It purifies the mind. It clears negative thoughts. Stress and anxiety are really two things that you best work with Amethyst. So if that's something that you're drawn to, if you are going through any type of stress or anxiety, you may be drawn to this in particular. Also, interesting enough, it works to also clear work-related stress because it also brings in wealth. Also, as you're stressed, from whatever type of profession that you're in, this stone is known to help you in that area. It also helps with clairvoyance and intuition. So if that's something you're looking to strengthen within yourself, you may be drawn to this particular crystal. So I've rambled enough. What I'd like to do now is have you close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Another breath. And one more. Just picture the crystals before you. And if you know that you're already drawn to one, you can go ahead and click the timestamp in the comment section below. And if you're not sure which one you're drawn to, it's okay if you resonate with all three readings. Again, as your eyes are still closed, first we have clear quartz, next we have rose quartz, and finally we have amethyst. For those of you who are drawn to the clear quartz crystal, what I'm getting right now as Spirit is just speaking to my heart intuitively is you have been on a long journey. You've been through a lot and you don't talk about it. You are a very resilient person. You rely upon your own strength. So you're someone that goes inward a lot. You don't always talk about your struggles. You don't really cry in front of people. It takes a lot for you to open up emotionally. You're very guarded. You may be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You guys are known to overthink. And so because you are, a cognitive being, you are constantly in your mind, in your head about situations and scenarios. And sometimes this causes major anxiety. But it's a quiet anxiety, so people often don't know that you're going through things, but you are so giving and selfless that you often go above and beyond, and people don't realize that you're worn out by the time that you say yes. You really don't have much to give, but you do it anyway. So you are definitely drawn to this stone. You're a person of great resilience and strength. But what Spirit is asking you to do is to release the notion of obligation to others and turn that to yourself. It's time for you to turn all of that generosity, love, and patience inward. Okay? It is time for you to release fear and anxiety and the notion that you're not good enough. You carry this notion of I'm not good enough, and it's not something that you ever speak of, but you carry that in your heart because of past traumas. And so Spirit is asking you to let go of pleasing everyone else, and it's time to really pour all of that love and affection and dedication inward. It's time for you to also be brave about your next steps in your life, whether it be career, or your love life, finances, whatever the situation. It is time for you to be brave and to step out on faith and to be bold about where you're going and to make decisions. I feel like you get stuck a lot. You have a lot of great ideas and you think about them so much that you never end up executing. So it's time for you to choose one of those great ideas and step forward into your destiny. Okay, if you're drawn to this stone and you feel like you want more information or just a more in-depth reading, again, you can contact me using the link below via Instant Go, or just shoot me an email and just, feel free to book that way. Okay, for those of you who are drawn to rose quartz, what I'm getting is that you're impatient when it comes to love. You love the idea of love. You are a romantic at heart. You are someone that has always kind of romanticized the idea of love, in a sense that like when you were little, you might have dreamt of, the prince that rides in on the horse and gets the princess. Like everything is kind of idealized around love. And Spirit is asking you to be more open to different people. Like I feel like you're drawn to a certain type, and it's like you idealize love so much that you miss when it's in front of you, because you have your mind set on what it should look like. When you box yourself in like that, it kind of stops you from receiving love from an authentic place. And so you end up in a lot of relationships that don't last because you are searching and seeking for that perfect partner. And the reality is none of us are perfect, right? We've all got some inner work to do. But you are missing the beauty in everyone that you come in contact with, because love is not just romantic. So it is time for you to step into a place of reality when it comes to your love life. Don't romanticize people. Allow them to be who they are, so that you can really get a glimpse of who you're dealing with, which is actually better, right? Because everyone comes with their game face on, right? And then eventually, the real them comes out. But if you're open, you radiate love and unconditional love and acceptance. That's what you're going to get. So it is important for you to just let loose, let your hair down, just be open to what comes towards you. Of course, you want to have boundaries, and that's smart, but it's time for you to let your hair down when it comes to love. I'm also getting here that in terms of your finances and your career, you're pretty solid in that area, but you want more, and it's kind of like you're holding out on getting more because you're really concerned about your love life. You want to have kids, you want to get married, but you are also career focused. So one or the other is taking a back seat, right? But it's time for you to kind of meld the two, in a sense that you can be just as aggressive in your career goals as you are with your love life. Like none of the two have to take a back seat. So again, I'm just getting that it's time for you to let your hair down, have fun, be open, meet new people. They may not look like you, talk like you, they may be from the other side of the track, so to speak, but you'd be surprised at how love finds you when you are open. So that's what I'm getting. Again, if you are interested in a more in-depth reading, or you just want to gain more clarity, feel free to contact me using the information below. And for those of you who are drawn to the Amethyst stone, I'm probably butchering the name of this thing, but it's actually my mom's birthstone. I've always loved this particular one, and I use it a lot in meditation. So I'm definitely drawn to this one usually. But what I'm getting here is that you guys are you have the most beautiful heart. You are a giver. You are someone that bends over backwards for everyone. Everyone, like, you're a people person. Like, people are just drawn to you. If you're an older woman, people look at you as, mama of the bunch. If you're an older gentleman, people just kind of gravitate towards you. Your presence is very comforting and soothing. And so you have a lot of people that just want to be around you. But what I'm hearing is that you need to really guard yourself, guard your time. Um, you are such a giver that you often just say yes without thinking. And you have to be more selective with your time. You got to be more selective with um, your resources so that you're investing in the right people, in the right areas and things like that. When you invest your time into people, you of course you want to, when you're a giver, you don't think about it, right? Because I'm like that, and I think this is why I'm actually drawn to this one. When you're a giver, you don't really think about the consequences of wasted time. Or wasted money or whatever. You just give and you give, and sometimes you give to the point of depletion, and then when you turn around, you're kind of resentful because you've given so much but you've got nothing in return. Spirit is asking you to, similar to those who picked clear quartz, to just turn that love and that generosity inward, but to really, really guard yourself. I feel like in the next few months leading up to March, you're going to be, and this is if you're, here for obviously like a love sort of romantic reading. I'm getting that you, like within the next few months leading up to March, you're going to meet someone new, and it's going to take you by surprise because you're not really looking per se, but you're open, but you want to be guarded, okay? Because not everyone that looks like gold is gold. There are some that are fool's gold. So don't be so giving immediately. And that's not to say that this is a bad person or, to completely shut them out. Be open, yes, but make sure that you're not ignoring red flags. I think you have a tendency to ignore red flags with people, and then, when everything comes to the surface, it's a big shock because you've ignored what you've already seen. If this is resonating with you, please, leave comments, guys, because as I said, I'm just starting out as far as sharing what I have with you all. So I want to make sure that, we're on target and things are resonating. I trust my gift, but I do want to hear feedback from you guys just to make sure that I'm targeting the right groups when I'm channeling. But anyway, if you are drawn to the amethyst, yes, I want you to really guard yourself more. And if you would like a more in-depth reading, again, please feel free to contact me using the information below. Again, my name is Phoenix Rising of Gateway to Union Essentials. In my next installment, I do want to do more like a more educational talk, I guess, on the concept of union. The twin flame thing is big right now. I feel like there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of toxicity within the community, and I was strongly led to just bring clarity to the collective and to really encourage those that are on this journey and have been so for a very long time to not give up hope. It is real. The concept of the phenomenon of twin flames is real, regardless of what label you give it. I tend to shy away from labels these days. So, but obviously people will search and resonate with that label, obviously. But just divine partnership, something that is beyond a soulmate. Because your family could be your soulmate, your sister could be your soulmate, your pet could be your soulmate. But there are definitely true concepts around divine union, and so we want to be able to navigate those relationships effectively to where we're fulfilling our purpose on a cosmic level. So yes, I want to dive into that so that we really get an in-depth understanding of what we are, as divine beings within the male and female templates. So hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely leave some feedback for me. We can chat down in the comment section. And again, if you are interested in speaking with me further or booking a private video crystal reading, again, use the information below. And until next time, Thank you.